Hi guys, TotallyDubbed here, and today I'm doing an overview of Razer's brand new products. And no, before you think I'm sponsored, paid, or anything that you might think of other YouTubers, that's not the case. Razer sent me this just to try them out, simply because I'm somewhat a bit of a Star Wars fan, as you can see because of my poster over there. Yeah, I just must say they look pretty cool. Now this isn't a review because, to be quite honest, if you're going to be getting these products, you're going to be Star Wars fans, so you're going to be really hyped about getting Star Wars branded gear. All of these gears that you can see in front of you, you can get it on the non-Star Wars variants of them for a little bit cheaper. So if you're a Razer fan or you want the features that come included with these keyboard or mice or the mouse pad but without the Star Wars branding, then you can do so and save yourself some money. So I'm just being really honest with you because unless you're a Star Wars fan, it's kind of pointless getting any of the products that you can see in front of you. On the plus side, what you'll be pleased to know is that these products don't come at a massive premium. Yes, there's a small little bit of premium, but there's not a massive one which you'd normally expect with any sort of branded gear. The keyboard can be found for around £100 or 100 US dollars. The mouse can be found for £60 or $60. So that is the Razer Black Widow Light Silent mechanical keyboard using the orange Razer switches. So it's a TKL keyboard. The mouse itself runs up to 7,200 DPI, is wireless, and has awkwardly two AA batteries in order to let it run, but it connects over a little USB dongle over 2.4 gigahertz and Bluetooth, and that can be found for £60 or $60. And then you've got the mouse mat at the back, a really long mouse mat for £35, which is decent given that, you know, the Star Wars branding. I think that's the mouse and the mouse pad themselves are just slightly a little bit more expensive than what you'd normally find for these respective products. The keyboard itself I found on Amazon UK for exactly the same price, the non-Star Wars branded one, so that's the best deal out of the whole bunch. Now I must say, other than the actual looks of it, there's no other differences between the normal versions and what you can see in front of you. I'm trying to make that as clear as possible, but I just really want to reinforce that. Within the box of the mouse, you'll only find a dongle, which is found comprised within the compartment of the mouse itself. The mouse pad, it literally comes with just a mouse pad. The keyboard has a removable micro USB to USB cable, which you can see is also been braided and has a black and white design, has a Stormtrooper wood, and then you get some dampeners. So these are O-rings, so orange O-rings to fit the orange Razer switches with a key puller, which is useful because if you want to be a little bit more quiet. So now, without further ado, I just want to quickly go into a quick ASMR, or as some people would like to call it, a clicking test. So here you go. I'll just go click away and just go quiet. So that's the mouse, and now let's go to the keyboard itself. Just going to open up a Word document so I can just type around on it. And yes, it'll be complete gibberish simply because I'm not really paying attention, but here we go. So there we go, that's a quick little sound demo of the keyboard and the mouse. I must say the keyboard feels really nice. I must say the orange Razer switches over here are quite nice. Now the keyboard itself has basic adjustments, which is backlight backlight adjustment, and it's just a white LED, solid LED. And in using the FN key, you can control media controls over here, and then the brightness as well. You can also send your PC to sleep by FN and pause break. The only difference between the normal one is that you've got an Imperial logo over here. Other than that, there's no other differences between the normal version. Now the keyboard itself has no keyboard flex. It seems really well made, yet it is very, very lightweight, which is kind of surprising. It's made out of plastic at the bottom, and I think it's got a sort of like acrylic plastic-ish design at the front, which is where you've got the style Stormtrooper. But other than that, you know, there's not much really to say. The key switches are the Razer switch, therefore they're the Cherry MX stem. The keys themselves are pretty lightweight, not the best type of quality, but they're also low profile. If, you know, my camera would pick it up, that would be fantastic. So other than that, not really, you know, much to comment about on terms of the keyboard itself. I quite like the feel of it. Would I pay £100 for a TKL keyboard with Razer switches? Personally, no. I would opt for a full-size keyboard and or one with a metal frame attached to it, or with RGB lights, if you know that's your kind of thing, because you can find keyboards in that price range perfectly. But you know, again, if you're a Star Wars fan, you know, it might be worth that little bit of extra premium, and you know, you get that cool little Stormtrooper over here, and you get a white keyboard, which is pretty rare for most people, because you know, custom painters will find a way to get a white keyboard. There's also key risers, but they're really, really small, so it doesn't really raise the keyboard that high. I would have liked that to be just a little bit more to angle that keyboard an extra sort of degree. The mouse mat itself is a soft mouse mat. It's not a hard type mouse mat. I personally really like the feel of it. However, my complaint about it is the fact that it's very long, which is, you know, more than enough, but I would just like it to be a little bit wider. And the reason why is because if I am playing some Counter-Strike or some FPS games over here, I want to be able to go up here without having to clip off the edge of the mouse mat. My actual mouse mat that I've got is slightly larger, and therefore just that little extra space means that I'm not having to worry about that. But yet, you know, if you're not that type of gamer, FPS gamer, or one that's going to be doing op flicks or whatever it might be, then you know, the amount over here and sort of the distance will feel nice. I guess with any sort of mouse mat, you'll be a little bit worried about the stems on the outer edge. They seem well done, but you know, I can't comment in terms of longevity because, you know, I've just had it for a couple of days, so you know, it's really not much to comment there. It's got a firm grip as well because it's got a grip underneath, so nothing there. Now the mouse itself, I'm not really convinced about. I think, I don't know, even reading the reviews on Amazon of the original version doesn't really convince me. It does feel very cheap. You heard from the sound, the scroll wheel feels a bit very plasticky to say the least, and this, I mean, this really doesn't give me any sort of security. This plastic sort of thing, I just don't like it. I feel that over time this is going to break or crack or something like that. Even though it seems like it's made of, you know, nice plastic, you know, it's not going to break. It seems pretty good, and it's got, you know, the appropriate clamps for it to sit in place. I just think Razer could have done a lot better job. And the fact that it's using 2 AA batteries, some people will like that, but I think most would much prefer a built-in lithium-ion battery, which means that you can recharge it on the go, whereas over here, if you're out of charge, you're going to have to switch batteries, and as a gamer, that's the last thing you want to do. And of course, you'll get visual warnings of, hey, your battery's about to run out, you need to change your batteries, or you know, you can recharge these batteries if you've got rechargeable batteries, but there's no way of physically charging the battery while still using the mouse, which a lot of its competitors do. So it's a bit shame to see that. It's also very small. I mean, I have my hand size is 18.5 centimeters from top to bottom. You can see it's a very, very small mouse, but it is designed to be a small mouse. There's, you know, it's doing what it says on the tin, but you know, just bear that in mind. It's not really made for everyday use, in my opinion. It's mainly made for laptop use, on the go use type of thing, especially with that Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz connectivity via the little wireless dongle. So that's pretty much it. It's kind of like a overview slash not review, because it's quite hard to review branded products like this because they're quite unique and sometimes a little bit limited in terms of availability. But in terms of an overview, hopefully I've given you a good overview. If you have any questions, be sure to ask. Yes, they do work with the Synaptics, Synapse. Oh god, I can't even say it. The Razer software, and through it you can customize all your settings of your keyboard, the lighting, the buttons, macros, and also the same with the mouse. All the buttons can be configured. So that's pretty much as you would expect with most Razer products now, but these ones follow suit as well. So if you've enjoyed this review, or shall I say overview, make sure you give it a like, comment, subscribe, favorite and share, and yes, unfortunately this gear is going back to Razer. Take it easy guys, Totally Dubbed out. Bye bye.